Welcome to the first tutorial in a series about using the 3D space feature in After Effects. It's commonly referred to as 2.5D. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is that you're able to put flat graphics inside a 3D space, which means you can rotate them like this or like that. You can have them get closer or further away from the camera, not bigger or smaller. And the 3D space allows you to do a lot of cool things. It allows you to create cameras and have cameras moving through the space, looking at your graphics or video, green screen footage maybe, that you've added. And it allows you to add lighting and all kinds of cool effects. Now, some of you, when you see this first series, you're going to notice that it looks all like it's about animation. And that's because I deliberately choose to do this with graphics and create animation as a way of understanding this whole concept and getting used to the tool sets that you'd be using in After Effects, especially if you're doing live action compositing. So if you think, well, I'm not interested in animation, I'm interested in live action stuff, this is designed to help you get to be able to use After Effects for live action compositing. It's a fun and easy way, I think, of cementing the tool set and the concepts together. Follow the whole series and build something of your own that is similar to what you're seeing right here. And that will allow you to understand how to do live action compositing. So let's talk about 3D space inside of After Effects and what happens to a graphic when you put it in 3D space. Now, if we have the ball here in 2D space, it can move left and right and up and down, and you'll see that position changing here. You can also change the scale. It's actually getting bigger and smaller. However, if we put this in 3D space, you'll see that it has a whole new set of properties that can be controlled. And you do that by going to the switches and looking for this little cube, and it says 3D layer and allows the layer to be manipulated in 3 dimensions. So I'm going to turn that on, and the first thing you notice is that there are a whole new set of properties have been added to the graphic of the ball. If I turn it off, you'll see they go away. Turn it back on, and it's like, oh, it has a whole new set. The first one we're going to look at is the position. We still have left and right, up and down, but we also have a third one, which is the third dimension, and it's the Z depth. If I scroll that out, the ball's not getting smaller, it's getting further away from you. It also has a set of rotations. The Y rotation, for instance, allows you to rotate this at an angle. The X will rotate it like that. Now this is where the tricky part is with this software when you're getting used to this setting up. The ball's not three-dimensional, it's a flat graphic placed in 3D space. And so if I rotate it at 90 degrees to the camera, you won't see it. So there's a set of limitations. Don't rotate something like this, because then you'll notice that, oh, this isn't really a ball. But if you keep it facing the camera, it's going to look like a ball. Don't let the camera reveal the trick. Now, the next thing that we need to do, whenever we go into 3D space, it's really important to go over to this viewport here for your composition and switch it to at least 2 different views. And what you'll end up is seeing something like this. Your composition window now will have 2 different views, and it's important to know what each one of those views is. The one on the right-hand side right now is the active camera. It's showing you what the camera would see. Over here right now, the view is set to top, and this is showing you where things are positioned. And if I pull this forward, you can see I'm pulling it closer to the camera, which is going to be down here at the bottom of the frame. It's getting closer, now it's getting further away. This is how you move everything around inside of 3D space. The black square here you can ignore essentially. That's not what the camera sees. That's just showing you where the center of your universe is. Think about this now in the top view, that you've set up a stage, you have a graphic of a ball sitting down there, and you're up in the catwalk looking down, and you can see the position of things. Let's go ahead and add something to the scene so it starts to be a little bit more complex, and hopefully you can understand it a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and drag in a graphic of a skyline. Right now, this graphic is still in 2D space. General rule is that if you have one thing in 3D space, almost everything else should be in 3D space. If we look at our top-down view, you'll see we have the ball and the skyline. The hierarchy now is dictated by placement in 3D space, not the stacking order. So if I want the ball to be in front of the skyline, I push the city behind it. And you'll see now this hierarchy is developed here. If I want to switch that, I can move this behind and it drops behind that graphic. Let's go ahead and add one more layer. This graphic here. This graphic is of a road texture. I'm going to put that in 3D space, and I'm going to transform it by rotating it down by 90 degrees so it performs or feels like it's the ground. So I'm just going to rotate that over. It's usually a good idea when you're first starting out is to use 90 degrees. Right now in the camera view, you don't really see the graphic. That's because it's been rotated and it's edge onto the camera basically. So what we're going to do now is lower it down so you can see it. It's sitting here. It's kind of small, so I'm going to just scale it up so it's bigger. And then usually with a ground plane like this, I will go ahead and lock it. And now you can see this positioning of the ball, and you see like, oh, it's going through the ground now. Sometimes in order to see that, you may switch your view. Top view right now, I'm going to switch it to the right-hand view, and I can see where that ball is, and I can see, oh, it's going through, and I can see that relationship taking place here. I can also see that my skyline isn't actually touching the ground, even though it looks like it is here. This would become apparent if you start using a camera. You'll see underneath that sometimes. So you want to make sure that objects, if it's supposed to be in the ground, it's actually touching the ground. And now we just want the ball to be just touching that. And let's do a quick animation. We'll start the ball off screen. 6 seconds later, I'm going to have it go through frame. And then we hit the space bar to get a preview. And it looks like it's sliding through. It's not rotating or anything like that. So maybe we would go ahead and add a Z rotation on that. I clicked on the stopwatch to add the first keyframe. I will go to the last keyframe, the position, and I'm going to say minus 6 times, 8 times, whatever. It's going to rotate 8 full times as it comes through, and let's look at that now. It's rotating too fast for how slow it's traveling across. I could either change the rotation number or give it less time to do this. Let's see what happens now. It was a little bit better, and then we could turn on motion blur for that to see what that does. That looks a little bit better. Anyway, those are the basic mechanics of 3D space with flat graphics. In the next lecture, we'll be adding camera and lighting to this same thing just to show you what that looks like. And then we'll move on to building something a little bit more elaborate, maybe something like what you're looking at right now.